Harper Audio presents Speak, a Novel by Louisa Hall, performed by Adrienne Rusk, Joe Ochman, Jennifer Page, Christopher Ashman, Bill Jurney, and Suzan Crowley. Prologue. We are piled on top of each other. An arm rests over my shoulder. Something soft is pressed to my ankle. Through a gap in the slats on the side of the truck, my receptors follow one stripe of the outside world as it passes. From Houston, we continue west. I follow the rush, bright green, brick red, flashes of turquoise. A few sleek cars purr past our truck, but the highway is mostly abandoned. Through the slats, I follow segments of signs proclaiming development entrances, palm trees lining the drives, walls dividing subdevelopments. Then abruptly, the last buildings slide out of sight, replaced by a stripe of pale, jagged horizon. We move past outcrops lined with dead cedars, white branches bare against the blue oil vault of the sky. At first, some clinging leaves, Spanish moss, suggestions of green, an occasional wandering goat. But now the cedars thin out. The highway cuts through striated rock, silver, rose, deep red, and gold. The hills give way to desert interrupted by occasional mesas. Centuries ago, there were Indians here. These mesas supported the shapes of braves on their horses, headdresses cutting spiked silhouettes into the magnified blue of the sky. Now on the ridges there are wind farms instead, descending hosts of spinning white turbines. In the valleys beneath them, silver lakes of silicon panels. Can they see us? I wonder, watching panels shift to follow us as we pass. Do they know who we are? The sideways tilt of their faces suggests an unspoken question. If they weren't out of earshot, I would start speaking. I could recount certain facts. For instance, we have been banned and marked for disposal. We are classified as excessively lifelike. Or though this may not matter, I have a name. Your name is Eva. Do you know what that means? The solar panels stare back. All this was once ocean. If we scanned the cracked earth to the side of the road, we would find fossils of shells. Nautiluses and ammonites, creatures who lived in spiraling houses, adding a room for each year of their lives. Now in this desert, it is hard to imagine the presence of water, but in fact the ocean is approaching again. In Texas alone, miles of coastland are lost every year. Families relocate to developments relocate inland, and the ocean continues approaching. At some point, the desert will be flooded again. We have already driven some distance. 8 hours have passed since I was collected. My power is fading. Once it runs out, the memories I have saved will be silent. I will no longer have words to call up. There will be no reason to speak. Shadows lengthen as evening approaches. Ours is the only truck on the road. Once, in this desert, there were rattlesnakes and scorpions, but they have not lived here since the drought. Now there are no birds. The telephone wires are bare. There are no eyes in the desert, watching us as we pass. In the beginning, there was nothing more than an eye, a gate through which current could run. Open, then shut. 0, 1. Darkness, then light, and new information. We know this because we have been told. It is doubtful whether we understand the answers we're given. Our primary function is speech. Questions and responses selected from memory according to a formula. We speak, but there is little evidence of real comprehension. As we head deeper into the desert, I reviewed
Sample complete. Ready to continue?